Hey guys, Apple Daniels here, and today I want to show you how to promote your Facebook page. I get a lot of questions from people regarding their Facebook fan page or business page, and they say, hey Apple, how do you get people to like your page? How do you get tons of people to pay attention to you? I'm having a hard time getting people over here. And one of the things that very few people take advantage of is promoting their page, or even promoting certain posts on their page. And so really quickly, I just want to show you how you can do that. When it comes to advertising on Facebook, it's one of those things where it can get very pricey, but not as pricey as maybe some of the other options out there. If you're doing like some outside advertising, maybe even Google ads or different things like that. With Facebook, it kind of works a little bit differently, and in my opinion, it actually works to your advantage as an entrepreneur, because you have a little bit more control over not just your target market, but since you're already on Facebook, more than likely the people that are paying attention are the ones that are more likely to like your page. So let's go ahead and get started. I don't really want to belay the process. So you'll notice that I'm on my fan page right now. So this is my actual official fan page. You can already see I have some likes on there. I have some things, kind of going on already. I have a little about me section. And so what I'm going to do is promote this story. And Facebook makes it really easy for you to advertise. I mean, anytime you're on a page, they're basically like, hey, over here, advertise me. So it's not something that you're really going to have to do a whole lot of searching for. I mean, you can pretty much go to your fan page and you'll see on the side, promote this story. So we're going to go ahead and click that. So when we click, you can see that it's loading onto the Facebook Ads Manager, or the ads section for Facebook. And so what you're going to do is, because you're promoting a post, now there's a couple things that you can do when it comes to promoting an ad on Facebook. And you have to excuse me because I have a ton of freaking pages. Okay, so here we are, and we're getting ready to promote this post. So you'll see, like, I have my fan page, it's already there. Sometimes when you go straight through the Ads Manager, you can say whether or not, actually right here, it says choose a Facebook destination or enter a URL. So since I came directly from my page, it's already entered from me. If I was coming from another option, then, or another place in Facebook, then I would probably either put my page in there, or if I wanted to change it to maybe an outside website that I wanted to advertise, then I would change that in that particular section, and it would give us some other options, which I'll show you in another video. But for the sake of this one, we're going to go ahead, we're going to stick with the fan page. So here we are. As you can see up top, it says Apple Daniels, here's my page. It says, what do you want to promote? Now there's two things that I can do, or two things that I can choose from in this section. I can actually promote just my page, and as you can see over here, it gives you an ad preview and it shows you Apple Daniels and a like, or I can promote a specific post on my page. And if I choose this option, then what that does is give me the opportunity, maybe if I've run like a promotional post, or if I, if I was like in fashion, I have a couple friends who are in the fashion industry. If I was in fashion and I was running a post on, say, some jewelry or some accessories that I have, then I would probably promote that post that says, hey, grand opening, sale happening this weekend, or whatever. Or if I'm having a free webinar, then I would promote the post that says, free webinar tonight, click like or click here if you want more information. And so the post is basically just promoting any of the posts that you've made on your page. And as you can see, when I click drop down menu, it gives you kind of all the posts that I've had up to a certain point. So the great thing about this is that this option down here allows me to keep my ad up to date by automatically promoting my most recent post. Now that will prevent me from having to go back and forth every time I update something. Usually I don't do that just because I post a number of things. Sometimes I post different resources from other people. Sometimes I post videos, sometimes I have random pictures on there, so everything is not always promotable per se. And when it comes to paid advertising, I don't necessarily want to pay for every single post that I put up, particularly if it's not something that's relevant, or if it's a random thought that I had and it's not really meant, I can't say not really meant to generate a reaction, because I think everything you do in marketing is, but I definitely believe that there are some posts that you want to promote, and there are some posts that, you know, hey, they can just go on your wall and click like, and if some people find it, that's great. So for the sake of this, we're not going to keep the ad up to date, no problem. We will promote a specific post on the Apple Daniels page, and you know, people will see just the selected post above. Now if you select this option, it will look exactly like it does right here in the ad preview. If you decide that you want to select the option that says stories about their friends liking the selected post, you'll notice that the ad will change just a tad bit. And so what it will do now is not only give the status that you wanted to post right here, but if you are a friend of Tanisha, who by the way is super fabulous, if you're a friend of Tanisha, then you know all of her friends will then see that she liked my status, which will hopefully prompt them to go and check my page out and then like my page and or my status as well. So it doesn't really matter which one you do. Really in the end is just, you know, the result really just depends on what you're looking for per se. Neither one is better or worse than the other. Now you can add some URL tags. I normally don't. I pretty much ignore that part. And then if we scroll down, you'll find that we have some other options down here in terms of choosing our target audience. Now this is where you want to be kind of specific in terms of picking who will see your ad. This definitely plays a part in your end result in terms of the money that you spend, but also in attracting your audience. You know, a lot of people say, hey, I'm not able to attract the right people to my page, or the people that are seeing my page aren't necessarily the ones that I want. You know, obviously if you have a raw foods page, you don't want a bunch of meat lovers liking your page. I mean, they're not going to really find your content valuable, and you know, some of them may even heckle you a little bit, and it'll probably get on your nerves. So this is where you really want to be a little bit focused about your niche. So for the sake of this tutorial, you know, my status up there says time to make some videos, you know, hashtag IPA, hashtag Friday night, hashtag 40K at 90. So what we're going to do is choose people who are more likely to like that. I really don't fool with the broad categories per se. I like to stick with the precise interest. Here, you know, the age thing, again, it really depends on your market and what you're looking for. For the sake of this, you know, let's choose 18. Obviously, to be in any business opportunity, with me at least, you need to be 18 years or older. So we won't have a max, because I like doing business with anyone who's legal and who's going to do ethical business. I mean, your age is really not you know, a necessity. Gender, men or women, not really particular about that for this campaign right here. So what we'll say is, let's just say we're going to do something general. We could type in internet, let's see, internet marketing. And normally Facebook will populate these things for you. So I put in internet marketing. You'll see we have some options down here. Internet marketing conference, internet marketing consultants. Now here's the thing, when you're targeting some of these audiences and they have like millions and millions of people, you want to be careful with that, because if you're doing just a small campaign and you select a huge number of people to target, then you're really not going to reach all that people. I mean, they'll only see your ad maybe 1 or 2 times, and the general rule with advertising is that people really need to see your your ad or your promotion at least 3 times, you know, 3 to 7 times. I mean, they really need to see it a few times before they say, hey. And if you even think about yourself, you know, when you're watching commercials or something, the first time you might see it is funny. Maybe that second time you see it, you're like, huh. Maybe by the third time that you see it, you start paying attention. And so it's the same way here. You really want to be depending on the amount of money that you spend or that you're planning to spend on your campaign, and that's completely up to you. You want to think about how wide your reach is going to be. So if you're spending a little, then you really don't want to target a huge number of folks, because you want to make sure that the people actually see the ad. So for the sake of this, we're not going to do a ton of different precise interests. We'll just select internet marketing. Let's say I just want to select anybody who likes internet marketing, and let's see what that gives us in terms of our audience that we're targeting. Okay, great. So it's targeting 25,240 people who live in the United States, who are 18 and older, who like internet marketing. I think that's perfect. You know, I'm talking about IPAs, income producing activities. A lot of internet marketers will know what that is. I think that's perfectly fine. And so for the sake of this, we'll keep going. If I was doing a specific ad for my page, again, depending on what it is, I would add more or less precise interest. And again, depending on the money that I had planned to spend on the actual campaign, I would put in more or less. So, in terms of connections, so this again really depends on, you know, what your ultimate goal is. If you're promoting something and you want any and everyone to see it, like no matter if they've liked your page or not, perfectly fine. You can just select anyone. If you are promoting something that's only related to your fans, then obviously you would select only people connected to Apple Daniels. Maybe you're running a special promotion for people that you're already you know, that have already liked you. Only people not connected to Apple Daniels. You would select or I would select this option if I was looking for new fans. So I'm trying to increase my market share. I'm trying to increase my fan base. I'm trying to increase, you know, my visibility in terms of my niche or whatever it is. Then I would select only people not connected to Apple Daniels. And then advanced connection targeting is, you know, if you want more advanced options and you want to get more specific about who you're targeting. So again, all of this is relative to the campaign that you're running. All of this is relative to your ultimate goal. And so we move down here to objective. So what is the objective for this particular campaign? Show this to people who are most likely to like my page, or you can show this to people who are more likely to click on your ad or story. Now the thing about the sponsored ad or story, what you'll notice is that not only does it change your options down here, like now it gives you a suggested bid, so you're paying per click, but it kind of changes the way your advertisement is viewed. And if we're talking about, you know, you just want people to like your page, especially for new marketers and for those who are just beginning to get into advertising or paid advertising, then show most likely people who like your page. It's fine. It will get, you know, you the attention that you're looking for. So then again, down here, you just name your campaign. And I actually already have one for my fan page, so we could say like Apple D2 or something like that. So then campaign budget, how much do you want to spend per day? Now here's the great thing about the way they have these ads now, especially when they run to your page. You can before you used to have to choose, like you could always choose how much you would want to spend per day, but it would just, you'd have a choice of either choosing per click or you would choose per impression. And so when you're running a promoted post to your page, like now they're letting you do what's called like an optimized CPM or optimized per impression, which basically means that, you know, they're going to go ahead, they're going to manage out the money and how the impressions are spread out with the dollar amount that you want to spend per day. So for the sake of this campaign, we will just keep everything the same. We're going to go ahead and do the pricing will be charged for the CPM. we're going to spend $10 per day. We're not going to change anything. We're going to run the campaign continuously. If you wanted to add some other options in terms of when you run your campaign, you can always decide that, hey, I don't want to run it continuously starting today. This campaign is only for a certain amount of time. This promotion that I'm doing is only available this weekend, so I want to change the date. So today is Friday the 19th, and I want to run this through 10/21/12. So I only want to run this for the weekend. Okay, or I just want to test this out, and I want to see if this ad is even something that people will click on, and I want to see what kind of response I'm going to get. So I don't want to put a whole lot of money in it. I only want to spend $30 and see, you know, what will happen. And so they'll charge you $10 per each of your 3 days, and then you'll just if you choose to review your ad, you absolutely can, or you can place your order. And your review ad basically just says, I mean, this is self-explanatory. You're looking at your ad, you're making sure that everything is copacetic, you're making sure that, you know, everything you want is situated and it looks the way that you want it to look. And again, you'll always get an ad preview up here. So although you may not see your own ad, now I have seen one of my ads before. I did not check the box that said, you know, only people not connected to Apple Daniels. I can't remember if I had it on anyone or if I had it on only people. I don't quite remember, but whatever I did, it probably was anyone, but whatever I did, I remember I kept seeing my ad on the side banner in Facebook, and at first I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, my ad's posting, and then it clicked and I was like, wait a second, I'm paying for that view. I'm paying for the view. I'm paying for myself to view my ad. Well, I don't need to view my ad. So it's very important that you are specific in terms of your connections, because you can end up paying for viewing your own ad. So anyhow, again, they will give you an ad preview just so you can see what it looks like, and you can decide whether you like it or whether you want to edit it. And then when you're done, you just place your order and it will take you to the next page, and Facebook will either approve your ad or they won't approve your ad. And when they don't approve it, they really don't tell you why. So it's very important that before you place the ad, you kind of look over Facebook rules and you decide whether or not what you want to promote, if that's even something that they will allow. I know that they don't allow links in the ads. They don't allow a lot of different crazy you know, for some of us marketers out there, and we have all these promos and different things that they can get really funny about that kind of stuff. So you just want to make sure that you are following the rules. Definitely if you play by them, then you will have a good relationship with Facebook in terms of advertising, you know, and you want to be ethical and that whole deal. So anyhow, I really hope this tutorial helped. It wasn't meant to be super long. It just was a little something to kind of answer some questions, like I said, that I have been receiving on how do people get folks to like their page, or how do they get their pages out there to the masses and beyond, you know, what their friends list or their inner circle may allow them to. And definitely diving into some Facebook advertising is a great way to do that. It's a great way to get some attention with people that you may not know. So as always, give me a comment, give me a like, a share. If this helped you, definitely let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.